So video games have been around for many years at this point, and as we all know, they have definitely come with their fair share of controversies, whether it be violence. Do video games cause little itty bitty children to get a gun, go to school and start, okay, we won't go there, but yeah. Do video games cause violence? Should video games be banned? Also, politics is quite controversial in video games. There's definitely been a change in politics to make them more diverse, to make them less offensive, to make them more inclusive. But if you ask me, in my opinion, the most controversial thing in video games is, well, an opinion. And I think the reason why I say that is just because of how people react to opinions about video games. This could be said about anything in life, especially on the internet when it comes to media, but the way that people act over simple opinions about insignificant things such as video games is quite baffling to me. I will never understand how grown men can act so immature about opinions. Why is that such a big deal to people? And it's especially present in certain communities like the Resident Evil community, the From Software community, and so on. And the worst thing of all is that people are afraid to have an opinion. They're afraid about the backlash that's going to come from having a controversial opinion. If a beloved game that's critically acclaimed with 10 out of 10s and praise galore from millions of beloved fans, especially when it comes to content creators, you look on YouTube and very, very rarely will you ever find an unpopular opinion about such a beloved game. You've even got like dedicated cults to games and developers. A good example of that being Kojima. With that recent Death Stranding 2 game coming out is what brings that to mind. But you have such a dedicated fan base behind these developers, behind Kojima, behind Capcom, behind From Software, all types of developers and franchises. These people are more dedicated to defending their games than they are to defending their own families, something that actually matters. If their family's getting harassed in real life by someone, they'll probably just curl up in a ball and, quiver like a little bitch. But when it comes to their favourite video game, well, they'll bring out the keyboard and start going apeshit on that shit, man. How dare you! This game is amazing! Yeah, you know how people act. And all I can say is that people need to stop being so afraid of having opinions. You are not a drone, you're not a sheep, you are a human being, alright, with your own feelings, your own emotions, and your own thoughts. Stop letting people control how you feel. Never be afraid to speak your mind. If you don't like a game, then say you don't like it. Don't keep your mouth shut because you're afraid about pissing off a bunch of fanboys, because that's just like the sad reality is that, going back to those content creators, these content creators are so worried because, not just because of like backlash, hate in the comments, but because of how it will affect their channel. Obviously, they're making videos, they're content creators, they want to grow, get new people, get likes, get subs, all that bollocks. But when you've got people that act in such a way over unpopular opinions, then they're gonna be afraid to do that because it affects their channel. A perfect example of this would be that one YouTuber that I made a video on. For anybody that missed it, there was this small channel called Wary the Rock or something. It was this chick that made this Resident Evil 2 remake video, right? It was a unpopular opinion that she had in the video where she criticized the game. She expressed her feelings that weren't so agreeable when it comes to the common Resident Evil fan. It pissed off a lot of people and it caused a lot of degenerate behavior from those fans. This chick was literally getting death threats, she was getting hate constantly, not just on the video, but on other videos. this sparked a fire of incoming fanboys that were so riled up over this random person's opinion that they started to harass her on her social media, on her other videos, so much that she ended up deleting her channel. Well, she didn't delete it, but she deleted all of her videos. She basically wanted to hide the fact that she ever made that video, because that's how much backlash she was getting. And obviously, people are going to have different tolerances when it comes to this type of negative feedback. Me, I get a lot of backlash on my videos. I get a lot of hate, a lot of upset fans from the communities of these videos, these video games that I make videos on, and it don't bother me. I don't let them win. You know, they're not going to control what I do or affect what I make. They could say whatever they want. I never delete comments. I never delete any videos especially. You can say what you want and I'll say what I want. I believe in free speech. But not everybody's like that, you know. Some people can't handle that shit. They don't want hundreds or thousands of people being all toxic in the comments or leaving death threats or just straight up harassing them. They want to be able to do what they want in fucking peace. And is it so much to ask? No, it's not, but sadly, that's just how people act. And despite this video not reaching a very wide audience, all I can say is that don't let people control your thoughts. Never be afraid to share your true feelings towards a video game, or anything really. It's your opinion, don't let anyone control that, and don't let them determine how you feel about things. They aren't in control of you. You are your own person, and you should not let these random toxic people determine your feelings towards something. If they don't like it, then that's their problem. They can cry about it. But I hope you enjoyed. Let me know what you think in the comments, and be sure to let me know of your own personal experiences when it comes to these toxic fan bases. I'm sure there's been many times that you've had altercations with these people. Maybe you didn't like a game and then you got attacked by a swarm of fanboys on a forum or something, or a video. So be sure to let me know, and I'll see you all in the next video. Take care everyone, and sayonara.